Hi, and welcome to my video today where I'm really excited to talk about a loan program, a buyer's assistance program from the state of California, where it's going to really help first-time home buyers who couldn't save a lot of money for a down payment or closing costs. It's really going to help them to finally get into a home that they want. My name is Chris Kawasaki. I'm a local realtor here in Southern California. I work all over California and also have partners all across the country. So if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, just contact me and I can put you in touch with the right person to get everything you need done. So this is called the California Dream for All program. It's a 20% down payment assistance program. And like I said, it's really geared towards those first-time home buyers who couldn't save enough money to get into a home, and now they can probably finally afford it. So this is a CalHFA program, California Housing Finance Agency is what that stands for. The program actually hasn't launched yet. It launches next week on March 27th. So although we're going to be going over some details here, it's not final. Some of these details may change slightly, but they should be pretty good. And what it does is it provides that 20% down payment, and the 20% is of the purchase price or appraised value, whichever is less. The assistance funds can be used for a down payment and or closing costs. And what I mean by that, so say for example, if you want a low monthly payment, you can just use the whole thing for a 20% down payment, and closing costs you're going to have to pay out of your own pocket. Closing costs are usually between 2 and 3% of the purchase price, so make sure you have that much saved. The other example is if you don't have a lot of money, you don't have enough of that 2 or 3%, you can use 17% for the down payment and the rest, 3% for those closing costs. So this program could really help just about anybody. There is no interest on this loan, this 20% loan. However, there is an equity share program that we'll get into right now. So the homeowner, they have to actually pay back the original loan plus a portion of the home's appreciation. And what I mean by that, this is a one-to-one equity share program. So you're going to pay appreciation on a one-to-one basis. For example, if you use 20% for the down payment and assistance funds, you're going to have to pay back 20% in equity share. Example 2, if you use 10% of the assistance and funds, you're only going to have to pay 10% in equity share. And I'm sorry, I've got a typo there. It should say 10%, not 20% for the 10% portion. So for example, in that case, if you have 10% already saved up for down payment and closing costs, things like that, you only need to use 10% to get the funds. You can do that, and you only have to pay 10% in equity share. There's also a special program for people, low income earners. So if you're under 80% in the annual median income, you only have to pay 15% in equity share if you borrow the 20%. Like I said, it helps a lot of people get into new homes. Some of the rules that we're going to have to go with is that this program, it gets triggered. You have to pay it back once you refinance, you sell the home, or when you pay that mortgage off. I have an asterisk by refinance because there is a one-time exception. So you can refinance one time to get a lower interest rate without having to pay it back. Now, if you do it a second time, then you would have to pay that equity back. The other rule is that the buyer has to stay in the property at least 1 year. All right, so let's go over a quick example. So say right now you decide to purchase a home with this equity share program. You purchase the home for $500,000. You're basically going to have to get two loans, the regular standard loan, 30-year loan at $400,000, and then this Dream for All 20% loan. This is going to be at $100,000. So 20% of $500,000 is $100,000. You know, this helps somebody with no money in their pocket get a home, but you have to not forget about closing costs. And like I said before, it's about 2 to 3% usually in closing costs of the purchase price. So in this case, it'd be $10,000 to $15,000 most likely. But like I said before, you can wrap all those closing costs into this loan as well. Okay, so now let's look 5 years down the road. You bought the home for $500,000. Now it's worth $640,000. So say you decide to go and sell it or refinance it. In this case, let's talk about selling it. So you're going to have to, you've been making payments, monthly payments on that $500,000. So your payoff amount has gone down gradually over those 5 years. Now your payoff amount is $370,000. The original loan of $100,000, you're going to have to pay back. So you gain $140,000 in equity. You're going to have to pay the 20% back, and that's $28,000. Now, let's go over this again. So you sold it for $640,000. You paid off the $370,000. You paid off the $100,000. You paid off the equity amount that you owe, which is $28,000. You walk away with $142,000. Now that's amazing. That's great. After, from a program where you couldn't afford it previously, now you made $142,000 in 5 years. Now, this is just an example. These aren't real numbers. We don't know how homes are going to appreciate in 5 years, but generally speaking, homes appreciate about 3 to 4% per year. Okay. Now, let's look at this another way. Say you decide not to use this program and you decide not to buy a home with this program. Okay. So let's say that means you're going to have to continue renting if that's the case with you. $3,600 a month, which is probably about the average rent right now in California. You're paying $3,600 a month. That equals $180,000 over 5 years. So as you can see, instead of paying somebody else's mortgage, $180,000, now you've put money into your own equity and you've made $142,000. That's over $300,000 difference in your net worth. Okay, so that's why this program is so good. That's why it's just a great program to get people into homes. So again, thanks for watching the video. If you need help anywhere in the country, contact me and I can put you in touch with anyone, just about anywhere. We have partners all over the country. If you're in California, especially Southern California, contact me. If you have any questions on this program, if you're looking at buying or selling a home, this is my contact information. You can reach me by email at chris@chriskawasaki.com, or you can call me 626-841-0563. And we can talk, we can have a consultation and see where you're at and see how we can help guide you home. Okay? Thank you so much.